Balmy Friday night down in Hobart. Just a big shout out to all our subscribers who've joined us during the last week. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell down below. So, for tonight's show, we've got a lot we're covering.
Come on,
we're going to
buddy.
kick some goals tonight.
Hey!
What the heck are you doing?
What are you doing?
Well,
Taking over the show, mate. Just go in.
you said last week that every sports show needs a female host.
I didn't say. I said
I'm fulfilling
everyone.
my obligation.
I said everyone does. I said we don't have to. Out. Come on, camera woman. Get behind the camera. Come on, get out.
Alright.
Yeah.
Only
Yeah.
joking.
Thanks, mate. Hey, you. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Friday Brotherly Live from Hobart. How are you, Glennie?
Good, mate. How are you?
I don't know. I'm Santa.
Wouldn't fit my head, mate.
Yeah, it's bloody small, aren't they? How are we, everyone? Hope you're having a great night. Oh, here we go. Episode 16, Glennie. We're off and running.
16, Christmas.
We are live and up and running. We're supposed to have a few people getting on tonight to
Okay.
send us some comments and probably
the
stir us up.
Second live show we've had, mate, for a while, isn't it?
We've had three.
Yeah,
this
two
is
in a row,
This
yeah.
is the third. I like the way your hat's going forward. Nice. Oh yeah, mine is too. Look at that. Yeah. Yes, it is. And we've got an extra person going to join us tonight.
That'll be good. We need all the carriers. So, Rick's coming in.
Rick,
We're going to come in and
Had
talk about horses, mate. You know why?
why?
He's got horses. He
Mm.
might help us out, mate.
Mm. Come and join us, Rick.
We're in front on the ledge.
Come and grab a seat, mate. How are you, buddy?
Good, thanks. How are we?
How you going,
for joining
Rick?
us,
How are you,
buddy.
mate? How you going?
Good.
Rightio. Now, I'm just trying to get this on. How do I get this going now? You go.
Why are you doing that? So, Rick, you've got interested in the horses, mate, and you've got 2 horses at the moment.
At the moment, I've got 2, which I'm in partnership with 9 other guys at the moment. Yeah.
Nice.
Wouldn't we like that, mate?
Hey?
Could we afford that? No.
Well, we could. You're in a syndicate with other
I'm
people.
in
so
syndicate with
much-
other people, yeah.
Yeah.
Over the years, we've had quite a few different horses with different people. And,
Yep.
Yeah.
just for fun, mostly.
We were just talking before about some of your horses. You've got one currently that's come from a Melbourne Cup winner.
Yeah, Fiorenti colt. Yeah.
Say that again.
Fiorenti's the dad.
Yep.
Yeah, he's,
Champion.
well, Fiorenti won a Melbourne Cup in
Yeah.
2014, I think it was.
2014, yeah. I didn't know the date, but yeah.
Nice. And when are you expecting this one to get up and have a run?
Because the Fiorenti colts are distance horses, they take a little while. He's 2 now. We're thinking maybe spring next year.
Okay.
There you go. There you go, punters. So,
Hey, what do you call them?
punters?
Oh, sorry.
So make sure that you just you know, you've got to be patient with horses. And
Well,
that.
we'll obviously on the
there you
floppy,
go, and,
we'll follow this. Let's follow this
Oh,
horse.
we'll follow
We'll
it,
keep
right.
up to date with what's going on.
That's
So.
it. So we'll be ringing Rick every.
You'll be getting calls for invite tips now.
Exactly,
Give me a
mate.
tip. Give me a tip.
Well, there's it. Yeah, right.
Look at that. Look.
She's not got a ball on there. It's big bashes on, isn't it?
No, yes. So, big week in sport, fellas. The cricket.
Yeah.
Very happy with the result for the cricket. Rick, we do a little segment here. We start off the show usually called Out With It. And it goes a bit like this. Out with it! And what that is, mate, is anything that's upset us during the week. And let me just start off by saying Alison starting the show tonight. That's an out with it.
She was good though.
Yeah, well, look, she was good, but come
But
on.
we needed a little bit. Hey, it's good to have a little bit of class on there. Or they do the class, yeah. I mean, you know. But at the end of the day, mate, we had to come on, didn't we? We've got to finish off for Christmas.
Naturally.
Huh?
Naturally.
Seeing that you've said about women being on, you know, all the
I
sports
did.
at the moment.
I don't know if you
the
saw
women's
that
cricket.
last week, mate, but we spoke about every
did see
sports
that,
show on TV now is hosted by a female.
It is.
Not that I have a problem with that, but it's just a bit overkill.
You obviously do.
Oh, well, I obviously do, don't I? Yes,
It was just a joke too, viewers, by the way, too. It wasn't being sexist.
No.
So-
No, it's not sexist, but it's not a joke.
What?
It's overkill.
No,
It's overkill. Anyway, out with it this week. What are you doing? You're moving us around. Out with it this week, guys. I'm starting off with Virat Kohli
Mr. Cowley.
in the cricket. Now, he's been in the news for the last couple of weeks with his antics and the way that he's been performing, you know, and talking it up and arguing with Tim Payne and all that sort of stuff.
I like it.
I like it too.
Yeah, no, look, Australia play hard. and I think that that's his way. And at the moment, I was talking to Rick and that before too, and I think he was agreeing that you know, we're just making our way at the moment in Australia. They're the world champions, are they? So they're world champions. So we've got to, you know, if he look, he's got the runs on the board. He can do what he likes,
hasn't he?
So Payne did the right thing, mate. He did
a good job. Didn't
he stood up to him, and
he did it nicely though.
And Australia got the win. So
there was no bad language. There was no, you know, everything was it was done. It was done quite.
Well, we had to fight,
well.
and as we said with Phil on the show, and I know if the Fabulous gets back on there later,
Philly,
Fabulous Phil,
answer your text message, mate. We want to ring you.
We don't know if you're coming on or not, mate, anymore. But if you do, look, I think he'd agree that you know, with Australia at the moment, they're competitive, and you know, they've just got to give these guys a bit of time.
My whole thing is that cricket's fairly flat at the moment, and it needs something to spice it up. And I think this bit of controversy with, you know, a bit of back chat and a bit of sledging.
I think it's good.
And, you know,
it's like with the footy, it's personalities, or you see a racehorse like Winx or something. It doesn't matter what it is. You need to go there to watch something exciting. It doesn't matter what sport it is.
Exactly.
Or Mr. Flanagan in rugby or something.
Well,
no, he's not playing, so he's not going to be there. Sorry. We'll talk about that later.
Who's this?
Right.
Sounding good, guys. Even making a little sense. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, one of our viewers. Hey.
So quick.
I think it may be myself that's making a bit of sense, not Cleve.
Well, I've never.
But anyway, I think actually a quick shout out to the guys. Stewie, I think that's you. If it is, hello, mate. Greg and Adam from Bunnings and at Kingston. They're going to join. They're going to watch tonight as well. Yeah. So hello, guys.
Now I'm always in Bunnings. I haven't seen you guys yet. But,
there's a few people supposed to get on and have a look tonight. So so welcome, guys. Thanks for following the show, and hope you enjoying it. Oh, that wasn't a frothy. So Drew Coley, I think it's a good thing. I think the sport needs it, and
you're always going to have, you know, we've had controversy with Shane Warnes and all these guys and that, and you know, now they're starting to give it back to some of our players, and I like the fact that our guys like Mitchell Stark and that, they're starting to stand up.
Well, he's come back at Shane Warne. Did you hear that?
So he should.
Yeah,
I don't mind
it. Did you hear about it last week? Yeah.
There's nothing worse, mate, than old players having a crack all the time. You know, it's not about yous anymore. You're finished, gone. It's about these new guys trying to make a name for yourself and that, so good on you.
Yeah. No, it was good to him come back, because he, Warney and Gilchrist gave him a bit of a serve about, you know, he just looked lacklustre, he wasn't trying, you know, and he's come back.
Well, you don't play professional sport and not try, surely.
Surely not. Well,
unless it's rigged.
Well, there's been some rigged sport this week. I was looking at sports stuff this afternoon, and there's a guy that's been banned from tennis, from match fixing. There's another guy we spoke about last week, the table tennis. There was the snooker player. Fartgate, yeah. So there's been plenty of them.
Things going on there.
Mate, I've got another one for Outward that I don't know if this really is an Outward thing, but there was a country singer, Audra McLaughlin. She was left devastated after she got all the words wrong in the national anthem at a Philadelphia basketball games, the 76ers. Is it excusable forgetting words to a national anthem when that's your job to get up and sing it?
Well, she can't bring it. She can't take it back.
Well, you can't, not when you're live.
In your own, I probably reckon, mate, that Audra, is it? Audra won't get another gig singing another one.
I think she was from The Voice too. So
was she?
Yeah, so not a big name by any stretch of the imagination.
Was she American?
Yeah.
Oh, she was.
Yeah.
Spanger.
What is it? A Spanger. You're all mate. Spanger.
Spanger. Matt Spanger.
The Spang.
He couldn't. Well, we wouldn't know it, would we?
Oh, I reckon I could get halfway through. I won't, but anyway.
Oh,
no, we won't.
We could have been right there. Rick would have been.
We won't.
Could have got the drums out.
NRL, guys, in a world of hurt. The code is absolutely bursting at the seams at the moment.
Well, the Tigers are in trouble, and
$400,000 they've offered Robbie Farah, and they've been caught out.
He's retiring, isn't he?
Well, he's going to have to now.
I reckon he might.
They're not going to have the dollars to pay him.
So we're going to have a talk about it.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, well, certainly with what we're just talking about with the West Tigers and that, they've issued a breach notice, salary cap issues, and all this is on the back of, as you said, being well over 700,000, is it?
Cooper's waving us. Hello, Cooper!
Was it 700 grand? How much was it over?
What was that, sorry?
A fair bit over.
800.
800,000 over the salary cap, and you know, well, it's like.
Oh no, sorry, that was his fine.
That was the
$800,000
fine.
fine.
Well, I think it was round about. I think it was a fair bit.
But he's had the peptide scandal, and now he's got the salary cap scandal. Can they keep him? Oh, you know, they're talking.
Who's that?
Flanagan.
Oh, no, you're talking about Flanagan.
Oh, sorry,
I
what were you talking about?
I was talking about the West Tigers with the breach of salary cap issues.
Yes.
But,
400,000, sorry.
400,000? Yeah, well, anyway, going on to the guy that you just said, so that was one thing, which was Shane Flanagan.
What national anthem is K-Sound? No one ever forgets the words to K-Sound. Is it K-Sound or K-San?
K-San, I think.
Yeah, well, that's my English poppy sort of language. K-Sound.
Well, we've got a tendency to muck up words sometimes.
Well, I did.
At a racehorse the other week, I think I called it chamois.
Chamois. And I said last week,
Actually, chamois.
I said coin.
Probably had a couple of
No,
coffees.
toin coss. I can't even get it right.
It was pretty hard though, mate.
The Australian national anthem.
It's pretty hard sometimes when you're live too, and you can bugger up pretty easy.
Well,
but,
yes.
no, anyway, going back to Shane Flanagan, he's been deregistered.
Yeah, it's doomsday.
So, and this all dates back to 2013.
Doomsday.
So 2013, when with the drug scandal there, and he was meant to be out of rugby for it was about a year and a half, or year and a few months at any rate. And that was no contact with the club, with the Sharks, and at any rate he came back, and
Well, they rang him.
they were ringing him, and he was giving them the I suppose the upbeat on some players that were coming through and looked okay.
So realistically, it's the club's fault, isn't it?
It's the clubs. Yeah, the clubs.
They're the ones that are contacting.
They're going to be paying the fine, and I think this guy, as I said, I think they're going to wrap their arms around him and try and help him out because he's
Hunters and collectors.
Throw your arms
he's
around.
hunters and collectors. Yeah, but I know he's done the wrong
me
thing.
it's all right.
I think Shane Flanagan's done the wrong thing, but this time I think that's the club's a lot to blame too with this. So he's looking at.
Yeah.
Look, anyway, it's an ongoing investigation. It's we don't know yet what's going to happen, but the likelihood is he certainly won't be in this year.
I can tell you, Glennie, that obviously he's not coaching for next year,
No, that's what
2019,
I'm saying.
and they've installed assistants John Morris and Jim Dimmock as their caretaker.
Do you know that? I've got no idea.
They'd obviously be assistant coaches, I'm gathering from the
Don't know either them.
But-
I know Jeff Dimmock. He used to play. He was a post bowler for Queensland.
I was waiting for Hawthorn to come up then.
No, there's nothing on it. I don't know if I got anything on
Geez,
it.
you've really got a Santa Claus beard going, haven't you?
I was starting to think of stuff
Hey?
like Santa Claus.
Hey, he's growing the beard, I'm growing the stomach.
Yeah,
Anyway.
he's going to pretend he's in ZZ Top when we get to the cruise later.
Yeah, South Sydney coach.
Just didn't want to get burnt with that balmy weather. That's what it was.
South Sydney coach Wayne Bennett.
Yes.
He's suing the club Broncos for an extra $400,000.
Just a cool 400.
Just a $400,000. He's already received. I feel he's good.
Feels good.
Yep. He's already received $300 in his payment. If you didn't watch recently, you would have seen or on the news that Wayne Bennett was sacked over a voice message
Yeah,
from
it's
the
funny to
Broncos.
see one. I mean, he's just been coaching England, hasn't he? He was with the rugby.
Who, Bennett?
Bennett was in charge of the rugby in England.
Oh, you got it right.
That was the national team against Australia. He was the coach of England.
Was he really? I didn't
Yes,
know
he
that.
was. Well, that's why you just talk to Bobo about these upgoing things there. So yeah, no. So as I said, look, he must be. I reckon this has have to be his last gig, wouldn't it?
Oh God, he's
I mean, it's South Sydney. They've
95.
gone. Well,
He's been
been
around.
around ever since I can remember.
Well, yeah, he's been a long time. And I was saying to Rick before,
Cheers, happy Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah. Cheers, mate.
You watch him on the field.
Cheers, behind the cameras there, mate?
When
Are
he
you
does-
going there, Leo?
When he does his coaching, he just stands there with his arms crossed and doesn't actually do anything. You know, I've never seen him actually.
No, well, he must be a strategic coach. Isn't he?
He must be.
He must be able to do things because
He
otherwise
must be.
they
That's what
wouldn't
you
get
do
him.
when we go to do
So,
stuff out in the yard.
That's nasty, isn't it? Hope you didn't
but,
hear that.
but,
That's
is it,
nasty.
but anyway, just finishing with the rugby though. I mean, there is a lot going on. What else have you got there, mate? Adam Elliott.
Adam Elliott and Asapelli Fine. They were the two guys recently for Canterbury's. They went out on Mad Monday, and you would have seen them on the news. They've got all the kit off, and they're doing stupid stuff.
So
and,
they would have spent a bit of time in the.
they're gone.
lockout, mate.
They're gone.
Gone.
Well, I don't know if they did, but no, they're gone. That was on the 3rd of September. Mad Monday celebrations a little bit out of hand, aren't they?
What do you think about that?
The
Rick?
rugby ones go a little bit
They
crazy.
go a little bit too silly.
They're a little bit too silly at times.
Yeah.
I know. Back in the day with AFL footballers too, they used to get on flights and they were banned. Some certain players from being on flights, which is pretty scary these days. You know that goes on.
Very much so.
Can't do it, boys.
Yeah.
You just might as well go to a room and just have a few beers and
Yes.
do it that way, I reckon.
So NRL rugby league guys, you need to do some housekeeping. You need to,
There's a lot going on in rugby league. It's not good. It's not for the right reasons at the moment.
It isn't good. We're going to talk to Philly. He's just let me know that 6:30 we're going to give him a call and go through some of what happened in the test. But I've got a couple of things here, guys, that we can talk about. We've already talked about Shane Warne. Did anyone see the interview today with Smith? Not Smith, no, Clark.
No, what are they interviewing him for?
It's his first interview he's done since the ball tampering and when he had the big cry.
With who? Clark.
Steve Smith.
Steve Smith.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've gone back to the last skipper.
Clark.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I
I did
think
that.
you're thinking of Superman. Where's Clark Kent?
Clark Kent.
Is
No,
that what you're thinking of?
no, I've gone back to
See,
the last
I'm
captain.
just going to take that away
Sure.
from me.
So this is
Go
why
on,
I'm not having a
bring
frothy.
on.
It's a Jack Daniels. That's why. So
There you go.
yeah. So Smith, and I said
Yeah.
Smith to start with, but
You did.
sorry guys. He did his interview today. It's his first interview since he was involved with the
Yeah.
ball tampering, and basically what it's come out with is that he heard about what was going on. He should have put his foot down and said no, but decided to take the stance of whatever.
Well, look, it's a learning curve, and I don't think it's the first time. Well, certainly not the first time this thing's happened, and I think it's been going on in sport for quite a while.
Thanks,
but,
Joey.
But unfortunately, with the cameras now, it doesn't
Well,
matter what you're doing
you
in
can't get
sport.
away
You've
with
got
it.
cameras, you can't do anything. Now.
No, it's like the
So,
Friday Frothy. You can't get away with having a Jack Daniels instead of a beer.
No.
Hey, I'm
No.
busted.
So well, there you go, and you can't get away with.
But just on that,
Yeah.
he's done his. Well, he hasn't done his time. He's got another couple of months to go. But let him go. Let him go. He's going to do his
Look,
time. All three
he'll
of them
be
are going
back,
to do their time.
and Warner will be back, and let's hope that let's hope that Australia are going that well that they struggle to get in. But I don't think
Will
they
they?
will.
I don't think Steve Smith will struggle.
I don't
I
think
think
Steve.
he'll-
I don't think Steve Smith.
I think
you're
Clark
right.
Clark might.
Clark. Well, we
Oh, out with it! What an idiot! Stewie's corrected me there. He's actually written Steve Smith, so thanks for that, mate. Yeah,
well done, Stu.
bit of a blunder. The IPL auction was held yesterday, was it?
Yeah, we would have smashed that, wouldn't we?
23 players have nominated from Australia, and 2 got selected. Now this goes over three
I think there's 3.
different drafts.
3 drafts.
But that's pretty poor, isn't
Perhaps
it?
they're saving them up for the last one. For the big payday, are they?
Well, wouldn't you go for?
Is this like?
No.
Is this like first year, second year?
No.
Third- no.
No, you want to go for the best players.
No. So
First
obviously
draft.
it'd be dominated at the moment by
England.
India and
In
England.
England, yeah, those
And probably
definitely those two.
Pakistan too, because
Uh,
they've got some good players.
The 2, oh, that's another match fixing Pakistan. I can't remember his name, but one of the Pakistani players has been.
Well, let's
done
hope
for
they
match
get it
fixing,
then, instead of just these funny little fines that they get.
Mm.
So if we're going to put them out for a year, mate, they're going to have to be
so
consistent.
I think match fixing should be for life. Should be gone for life.
Yeah.
So anyway, the 2 players that did get picked up in the IPL for the first round of draft picks was Moses
Moises.
Enriques and Ashton Turner, which are 2 guys that I
Well, he's
wouldn't expect.
Ashton Turner, he's a spinner, isn't he?
We've got some talent there, and
Is he?
these two guys. Yeah, Ashton
Ashton
Turner.
Turner.
Yeah.
He turns.
Ashton Turner went for $100,000.
Jeez.
So that's what you get paid, probably what, in a month.
Yeah, I know.
So what's his name?
Adam Zampa. What's the guy?
Oh, they're the people who are still in the.
Oh, in the.
So these are the people who didn't get picked up: Adam Zampa, Usman Khawaja, Sean Marsh, Ben McDermott, James Patterson,
Well, he's still injured.
Daniel-
He's only just coming back.
Daniel Christian.
Daniel Christian. Look at he's how old is he?
He's Brisbane.
No, he's just gone to the Renegades.
Has he?
Yeah.
Played for the
Top,
Hurricanes.
played for the Hurricanes.
He's got
Well,
grey.
he's-
He's got grey hair.
Well, he's not young. I mean, he's young as far as cricket terms go.
He's nearly a twin.
There's nothing wrong.
Well into his late 30s.
Kane Richardson all went unsold, so there you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, but $100,000 for a player for the
Okay.
IPL, where they're normally picking up 1.4 million. Some of the
Might be like you say though, mate. That this is half the trouble, the way things are fixed and all that, because they're paying them too much money. It's just too much money.
Well, that's a good segue into the next thing, guys, because we get a bit serious here. Being paid too much money, I think's an issue in this next story. North Melbourne Majak Gore during the week
Not good, mate. No.
fell off the Belty Bridge, which we all know he didn't fall off the Belty Bridge. He jumped off the Belty Bridge. It's been now written that Majak had a fight with his girlfriend and popped some sleeping pills and took some sedatives and jumped in his car and drove to the bridge and jumped. Now Wayne Swass is having a shot at the AFL, saying we're not doing enough for our players, and which it's a big call. I mean,
It's a big call because you've got, Beyond Blue and we've mentioned on the show,
We have.
Stay Chatting,
Yeah,
and all these
Lifeline.
different Lifeline and everything. So there's some good causes out there, but some of these young fellas, how old's Majak?
27.
27, yeah, okay. He's been in the system for a while, and
he's just coming good.
and he's just come good. He was
just
just
coming
looks
good.
like he was ready to set the world alight.
Well,
And,
he
he
had
won't be now.
No.
I mean, he won't play again this
I
year.
don't think he'll play again.
No, I don't think he'll play again.
That's a big call, Rick.
I agree. I can't see him playing.
No, I can't see him play. But he's going to the club again. I was sort of about wrapping their arms. They're going to have to get behind him and really
Oh
help
yeah,
him
look,
because
the support from North Melbourne and
It's
all
they'll
the teams
support it,
has been
yeah.
fantastic. They really are. They're all getting behind him. But
these kids are educated too. See, we only see them when they go out and play football and we follow our teams and whatnot. But when these guys go to camps and all that and pre-season and that, they're taught all this. All about, if you've got problems with this.
But
or,
is it too much of this? Too much dingle? At a young age. I mean,
Well-
some of these kids are, 17,
They know.
18, and they're picking up $400,000 a year. You come straight out of
Well,
school.
they've got managers and that. I mean, they should. A lot of them should be told to, and I think they are. They're educated now to put their money into properties or into, trying to get an education so that when footy finishes, that they've got something to
They've
go
got
to.
something
And
to go,
I think
yeah.
that's half the problem, that a lot of these guys, they get serious injuries and whatnot, and then all of a sudden their whole world's turned around and they haven't got anything at football.
They get a lot of pressure too, and they get a lot of
They do.
Oh, they're constantly-
and
yeah,
they're constantly
and the
under
pressure
the
comes
pump.
from that media,
Yeah.
from the media as
Yeah.
well. There's a lot of stuff that comes
Well, we
out
are
about
the
it.
media now.
You're right, because on every
Yeah,
show
yeah.
now, you're right, because you've got Fox, you've got all these different shows now, and
They
you've got
can't
all
take
these
a piece without everyone
ex-footballers.
knowing about it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's their
And they-
lives are under scrutiny
Yeah,
every single
Exactly. So from Monday to Friday, you've got, as you say, they're scrutinised, every player, what they're doing.
Yes.
And look, they've got to have a life too. And yes, they're young, and yes, they're going to make mistakes. But look, we make mistakes, we all do it, and we've all done it. It doesn't matter where we're from, and
Do you know what I
just got to
can't
get on with it.
I can't believe
Learn.
on this story, and we won't harp on it, but 25 metres he fell.
Yeah, well, he's lucky. He's lucky that the guy pulled up on the bridge and seen it,
Well,
because
but-
otherwise he would have been still floating down the air.
I look at that as a 10-metre diving platform in the Olympics. That times 1.5. That's huge. To survive that, that is
It'd
amazing.
be like hitting concrete, wouldn't it?
Well, it would be. Yeah, we were talking about that last night. Yeah, it's
It'd be just like hitting concrete. So look, it's lucky the kid's alive. So
Majak, all the best, mate.
yeah, all the best, mate. Anyway, we just hopefully all the club definitely, as Jeff said, they'll get behind you. And look, we hope you recover, mate, and we hope you do get back out.
Oh, I would love to see him back. Love to see him back.
So all the best, mate.
Guys, Lifeline, 13, 11, 14.
Yep.
Ring them.
Ring them.
You got a problem, got issues, anxiety, give them a call.
And if you haven't talked to someone, anyone that's
If
close
you got a mate like Glenn, you'll need it. Laura's got on here and said, spot on with the media. They have a lot to answer for, and they do. Some of the stories that they push on us is just crazy.
Yeah.
And I'll give you an example. It's got nothing to do with sport, but the strawberry thing with the needles in it.
Yes.
If the media hadn't publicised that, then there wouldn't
Well,
have been any
that
copycats.
got-
It would have been.
out, didn't
It would have been.
Yeah, well,
finished.
the police got hold of it. They finally got it.
Yeah,
As I
yeah,
said,
yeah.
They didn't need they didn't need all that extra attention, and this is what they get as you said,
Copycats. It would have been just one person that would have been finished with it and done. So, on to people hurting themselves. There's another one, guys. Wrestling. Do you follow the wrestling?
No.
Oh, well, it is educating.
We're talking about the American.
Yeah, WWE. It's real.
Yeah, no.
No, it is real.
It's real.
It's so real, but I can't watch it. Yeah.
It's so real that this guy, Sean Phoenix, and I don't know who he is. I think he wrestles in a lower grade sort of. It's not WWE or Glenn's backyard or something like that. But
500.
he's jumped off the top rope to go and dive on someone or a table on outside the ring, and completely missed it and landed flat on his head on the concrete.
Ow.
In front of him. Ow, right. So he's got bleeding on the brain. He's got permanent hearing loss, like he's got grommets. But yeah, he's crashed headfirst into a concrete floor.
Ouch.
Well,
Wouldn't that be a
it's
spectacle to see?
even though it's all staged, a lot of it.
Hey,
Oh, it's real.
what?
I mean, it's real. Sorry, you don't those wristles out there.
Don't say that.
But no, it's they do get hurt. They get hurt.
Oh, my word.
Because they're throwing themselves around and
My
they're
word.
big blokes too.
Yep.
Men, women.
You can go where? They're dominating.
What?
In the wrestling, the women. They're selling out shows. They've got their own shows, naturally. Yeah, sorry. Valentine Holmes. Do you know the guy?
Oh, of course I know.
You're not the host.
I give you this. I give you this little bit of
Well,
information about
Tell me
five
about it.
episodes.
Tell me about it.
Well,
What's happening?
I said that he went over when he was only younger and went to the NFL,
Mm-hmm.
and he didn't make it. And they give him another chance. He said to the NRL here. He said, "Oh, I'm going to give it a go." And we spoke about that going back. Oh no, quite a few shows back. And anyway, he's over there, and you've got a little bit of information that he's done.
He's one of 7 athletes to be elite athletes to be selected for the Pathway program, which means that one out of these 7 people are going to make it into the NFL.
Well, look, he's a gun player, and he's got the speed and the skills and all the rest of it. So hopefully he's not like the other fella, and he hasn't got the muppet hands. So if he's got to catch the ball,
I only know
what would he be over there?
John Holmes. That's the one I know.
He was quite large in the 80s.
He was very big in the 80s, wasn't he? The other thing I've got just on NFL, 2 weeks to go, I believe, before I think 1 week or 2 weeks to go.
Until the playoffs.
Yeah,
A couple of weeks to go.
yeah.
Who
So,
do we think will win that?
well, it's not the Packers, not the Bills. I can tell you that. Who do you follow when they win on?
Follow the New York Jets, so they won't be winning.
No,
He's as bad as.
Packers aren't going to win.
Actually, he's a little bit better than us, but anyway.
Not much.
The Seattle Seahawks, Michael Dixon. He's an Australian punter.
Melbourne. He's from Melbourne.
Is he from Melbourne? Is he?
Yeah.
He's just become the first Australian to be selected in an NFL Pro Bowl. So congratulations to Michael Dixon. Done extremely well.
They think big things of him, don't they? I mean, he's apparently he's a bit extraordinary. He was the guy that you said nearly hit the roof, didn't he?
Was it him from last week?
Yeah.
It was him, was it? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was.
80-something metres he kicked and hit the
the
scoreboard.
roof.
That's,
Straight up.
That's massive.
How do you do that?
I don't know. I'm just going to tell Phil that we're calling now.
So, yeah. Oh, well. So, anyway, Phil's right to go.
Yeah. Do you know Phil?
Don't believe it.
You're about to meet him. Oh, Philly. Had his birthday on the weekend. Oh, thank you. This is what happens when you're live. Woo.
Good evening.
Philly!
Yeah, Phil.
Good evening.
How are you, mate?
Well, it's one of those weeks where, when you really you feel like you need a frothy. I'm
Yep.
having one of those days.
Oh,
Yeah, well, mate, you're on the show now, mate. Just take it
mate.
easy. We've got our Christmas hats on and all at the moment, mate.
We're feeling for you, mate.
Oh, I think all the viewers need to kick back and just
The Philly K's here. Hey, mate.
and just put their feet up like I'm doing now. You know.
Yep, Philly. Happy birthday for last week, mate. We sing it to you, but we get it wrong, the words. So, happy birthday, mate.
Yeah, it was mate.
Well done on your 30th birthday, Phil.
I went down to the Southern Capital, of course.
Southern capital.
Well, still capital. Is the Southern Capital down there, Hobart?
Yeah.
The only capital. Yeah, go on.
And we had a good week. Watched a bit of cup cricket and did the rounds around the grounds and sort of some of my old sort of stomping grounds. The old TCA ground. It's done a bit of work on the oval, so it was good. Good to go and see some grassroots cricket and see a few of the lads.
Nice
well
work,
done, mate.
Hey, buddy, I just want to let you know that Stewie from Victoria is actually watching the show live, mate, and he's just put up a thing saying happy birthday. It says, I think it says Fat Phil, but it's Fabulous Phil. I just haven't got my glasses on. So Stewie's just said happy birthday, mate.
Well, we sort of got the VIX on. We might get the VIX on board now, eh?
Get the fix on board.
Big Stewie, yeah.
we got another-
We got the corporation on board now.
We do, mate, we do. All right, what's going on in cricket, mate? We haven't spoken to you in 2 weeks. What's going on?
No, I missed you last week. Sorry about that, but it was that. But now we can have. Sorry, just wiping a bit of cheese off me, off my mouth that missed
Philly
my mouth on the
cheese.
cheese and biscuit. Look, the first two tests, the Indian test, so that's obviously. Look, it's been interesting. I don't think it's been classic Test cricket.
Oh, it's hard to
A
play.
couple of interesting things is that it's been quite entertaining. The Tim Payne, Virat Kohli,
Yes.
little dalliance and argy-bargy, and I don't think that's going to fizz out anytime soon.
It's needed though, isn't it, Phil?
I think so, and I think Tim Payne. Look, going back and I remember some great semi-finals years ago when University of South Sandy Bay were sort of weren't on great speaking terms, and I'll tell you, like Tim Payne, he's never short for a response, and he's a sort of a look very very competitive, and that like people have said in the media that. The pretty boy look, he's a sort of he can be a bit of a street fighter too, Payne, and look, good on him for because when you sort of stand in the face of someone like that, you think, oh, you've got a bit to lose, but he stuck it to him, but he did it in a way that he said, look, we're up for the fight, mate, and I don't know if you sort of saw some of the byplay, but it was good.
we did. And I think Phil, the thing is that what he did also, not only that bit of play, but was what Payne did when he came out with the bat. Because he didn't get a hell of a lot of runs, but it was the time he took.
Yeah.
And the ball was fizzing around all over the place, and it was pretty hard to bat out there. I thought they did I thought that who was the other guy batting with him? Kawaja. I thought they did a terrific job, the two of them, and they turned the game.
Yeah. They did. Look, I think what they wanted to do was, they got criticised a little bit, Kawaja, like for batting slowly. But you know what? There was so much time in the game that I think the longer they batted, the more frustrated India got. The more Kohli started to sort of bristle. The longer that our bowlers would have to rest. So I think it was tactical as well. And I start to see Langer. If you look at Australia's Test side, look, it's not the greatest Test team we have, but what he's doing is, I read an article from, I think, Greg Baum in the Age saying that the Langer influence, he said that the tails batting, everyone can bat, the bowlers have got a strong plan, the fielding is just top-notch. So, like, we're getting every ounce out of every department of our cricket, and I think that's a really good sign that, we're taking Test cricket seriously, and we're really, we're as competitive as we can be, for the side we're putting on the park.
Well, it's going to take time. We've got another guest on tonight too. Rick's with us, and we was just talking earlier, and we was commenting on the fact that like Australia, we've spoken about, they've got to put their head down and stay in a little bit longer instead of like as we've spoken about with the 2020 and all that. I think that's what they done, Phil.
Yeah, and I think Langer's influence. You look at sort of the way that Finch missed out in the first test.
Yep.
And Sharma looked to have his measure, and then he went through a battling period, but you could sort of really see him put a price on his wicket, know that he had to sort of, and it wasn't easy for him, because he's come from white ball cricket, and you think about Marsh, you think about Payne, and all these guys, Travis Head, they all cut their teeth on white ball cricket.
Yeah.
And it's normally for lots of players in the eras gone by, they cut their teeth on red ball cricket and then migrated into the shorter form. And now it's sort of a bit skew-if. So that's an interesting challenge, isn't it?
Yeah. What about the? I was talking to Rick. What was the guy, mate, that we were talking about before that was struggling?
Peter Hanscom.
Oh, Hanscom.
Yes.
What's obviously he's got a technique problem there, Phil. So and they're pretty quick to all the experts now to sort of jump on him. So what does he need to do, mate?
It's interesting. He's
come
come
out
out in the media and said, "Look, get off my back. Just let me do the thing. Don't measure me by the small samples of my sort of failures." And I guess his momentum or his weight seems to be going back. And like anyone who's played any sport, whether you're standing on the first tee or you're batting, you want to get that balance or even distribution, I guess, so you can play forward or back. And look, I guess in being fair to him. If he thinks that's going to work and he's confident, that's, I guess, where he needs to stay, unless it comes to a point where, he realises, hang on a minute, this is not working, I need to get some help or so, it doesn't look right or people are saying you can't bat like that. But
we're nearly losing you there, mate. We're struggling to hear you.
I said there's plenty of examples of test.
Gotcha.
There's plenty of examples of test cricketers whose techniques aren't orthodox, going back from Bradman's days right through to whoever you want to look at. So I'll just say I'm going to back him, and he's in the next two test squads.
Yeah, so we just stick with him, mate, then, and just play him and see what he can do in this test series.
Yeah, because he's played enough first-class cricket. Look at the back of his mind. He'll know that Warner's coming back. He'll know that Smith's coming back. So, yeah, we'll see. Let's see how he goes.
Well, yeah, Paney. I think not Paney. Sorry, Punter. He was saying that he reckoned that Wadey, if he doesn't do that well, that he probably with his form and that could go in as a batsman.
Well, Punter's he's putting Tassie back on the map, isn't he? Sort of going to. Well, that's good though, because if you look at the selection of the Test team, look, I don't care what anyone. They'll tell you differently, but there are factions and there are states that look after their own, and if that's the case, well, Tassie's got to look after their own. But I actually agree with him. I think watching his cricket the last 2 years, his game's in good order, and I think now his age, his experience, his ability to bat with the tail, like he's put his hand up, and look, I thought he would too. I thought to myself, gee, this bloke is he's not one easy to be disposed of. He's got a lot of character, and he's very competitive. So it didn't surprise me that he's knocking on the door again.
Did you see the interview with Steve Smith today, mate?
Beg your pardon?
Did you see the interview with Steve Smith today?
No, I heard there was going to be an interview. I was just out and about, and sorry about that. It was bucketing down a big thunderstorm in Lonnie, so I'm just a bit
really?
noisy a bit. Yeah.
What is it, 40 degrees up there, Phil?
4 degrees, yeah. 4 degrees warmer than Hobart. That's what it is most of the time, so. No, I haven't heard the Steve Smith interview, but he's only 3 months away.
Yeah.
Warner's been a bit quiet.
Yeah. Does he?
Bancroft.
Does he come straight back into the team, Warner? Do they accept him back to the team?
Well, on performance, yes.
Yep.
Smith, obviously on performance, yes.
Yep.
Bancroft, I'm not so sure about. I think he's going to have to work a bit harder.
What sort of reception does David Warner get when he comes back to the Australian team from his players? And spectators.
Well, he's done the crime.
Yeah, interesting. Depends where he plays. I reckon. look, he's not going to come back obviously before March, which means basically we're into Easter and we're in the lead up to the Ashes. So I reckon he's going to. I tell you what, he's going to get a sort of. He's going to get a Kippers and Herring. He's going to get the old cold shoulder from the Bombs when he gets over there.
Yeah. I mean, Glenn's just said he's done the time. All three guys have done the time, and we agree with that. But I still think that he's going to. They're all saying that he's hard to deal with and he's hard to get along with.
Yeah, and I agree with that. But the thing is, if these guys now can really put up a good performance at in Boxing Day test and that these young fellas that they've got,
Exactly, yeah.
they should be trying to make it as hard for these guys, as good as they are, and we're saying they're automatic selections, but by putting the pressure on them, you know, they've got to prove themselves to get into that. And that's all we can do now.
Yeah, go on. I think I agree with you. Don't give a sucker an even break. And I think if someone
exactly
in a you know, look, if India's the top ranked, well, according to the system we have, you know, the top ranked test nation in the world, and then if someone in Boxing Day or Sydney puts in a performance that's sort of a game changer, gee, the selectors are going to. But I guess you got a number of players, haven't you? Sort of Finch mid-30s. Marsh 35, Payne's in his 35th year. These aren't long-term. This is not a long-term team.
No. And Gary Lyon just keeps getting better, mate, doesn't he?
Yeah. How good is he going?
Well, I reckon his bowling and the balance of the way that it balances out attack, that was a crucial difference in the last test. And,
My word.
And even in the what's he taken? 13. He's taken nearly half the wickets.
Yeah.
And when I had a look at the list of our greatest bowlers, and he's sitting third or fourth or something there. I think you're right. It's unbelievable as an offie, isn't it, to be bowling like that? He's bowling as well as he ever has.
Yeah, look, the sort of the Indians, and I think Kohli made it. He said there's actually trajectory of the momentum. He spoke about something about his bowling that I read briefly this morning or yesterday, and I couldn't quite get the grasp on what he said. But he wasn't talking about sideways turn. He was just talking about his control and like a bit like Shane Warne. As much as Warne, you know, had the sort of mystique about him and the skills, you know, the actual sheer consistency of what he did was a huge part of his success, and I can see, you know, the same in Lyon as well. Is you just don't get any four balls, so like the pressure builds up, and even against test players, you know, they've got to start to look at ways of scoring, and it's just sure as eggs are. Put enough pressure on, you know, they'll force errors. It's,
Absolutely.
The other thing with Lyon, like he's just a player, batting, fielding, or bowling that I reckon, like he just gives it everything. He gives it all he's got.
100%, mate. That's it. That's all we can ever do. That's all we ask for any of the players. Just give your best, and if your best is good enough, well,
that's what we do on the frothy anyway.
What we do, mate.
Yeah.
Probably on me. I've just ate my first beer.
Yes. Of the series. If you pick the man of the series, you'd have to put the old Gary Lyon on top at the moment.
Yeah, no, he is, mate. And,
we're just being asked by Leah. She's saying it's Nathan Lyon, not Gary Lyon. But
yeah, but we know it's Gary.
His nickname's Gary Lyon. All good, mate. All good.
We're getting corrected, mate. It's Christmas. We're getting corrected. We always get corrected.
Bloody hell.
No, we put it.
Anything else going on, mate?
No, it's just very wet here. We've had a couple of thunderstorm afternoons, so obviously there's no... Yeah, a couple of things about the crowds. What do we get to the Adelaide test? I think something like 90 or 100,000 aggregate.
Mm-hmm.
And in Perth, they wouldn't have been much more than half of that, which is...
Oh, really?
How do you explain that? How do you explain that? You know, crowds of 12,000 at a multi-million, $750 million stadium on its sort of test debut.
Do you think, Phil, that what it is though, because they might have thought, look, we're funny in Australia. I know what you're like. I know you love your sport, and I know the traditionalists will go, but with Australian sports crowds at the moment, unless we're on top, it's like a football team, mate. Yeah. They just drop off as quick as, you know, when we're not going well, they drop off, and then we start going well again. I've got the feeling they may, I know in Melbourne, mate, I guarantee you, they'll come back out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So Melbourne will follow 2 flies.
Yeah.
Walking across the field.
Yeah, it will. Look, I think Perth too. There's some people talking about the effect of dropping the old whacker off the, it was an iconic sort of a ground, and there might be a bit of that. The other thing is too with the Perth Scorchers, like we're getting, what do we get? A couple of 20,000s and then a 12,000 at this new at the Cray Pot at the new Perth at the Optus Stadium. I bet you when the Scorchers play there, they're going to get more than 12,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do you
So
reckon they're saving
this is
themselves this
now-
big bash again? That's probably what they're doing.
Stewie in Victoria, mates, just put a post up saying you should just play everything in Victoria. Play everything in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Hey?
You can tell a Victorian anywhere, but you can't tell them much. You know that.
Hey, this is your boss?
But I'm telling you now, T20 cricket, domestic T20 cricket, which is a big bash, is a bigger commercial ticket than Test cricket. Now, if you had said domestic cricket would be bigger than Test cricket, well, that's where it is.
Yeah.
But is the crowd last night at where was it, at Marble, which is that Etihad was.
Yeah, Marvel, mate. That's where they all superstars are. Yeah.
But are we going to see poor crowds before Christmas? I think as soon as we get to sort of Boxing Day, the big bash crowds will start to grow pretty dramatically. You won't see.
Yeah.
So anyway, how'd your birthday go, mate?
Yeah, good. We went out to a big Chinese out to the Hawaii with
That's my old mate Trevor Lee out there. How you going, Trev? If you're watching the Frothies, mate. So
yeah,
I know
good
Trevor
time
well,
at that
mate.
bottle.
Yeah, not a bad feed there, mate, is it?
No, it's a good place. It's a time-honoured venue for me, and I'm very happy with it. Very had a good night.
Well done, mate.
All right,
well done on your 30th birthday, mate.
Yes, you're
Thanks.
looking good for 30. All right, mate. Well, you have yourself a fantastic Christmas, you and your family, and I'll talk to you next week anyway.
Yeah.
And happy frothies to all the listeners, and a safe and prosperous New Year.
Well done,
Thanks.
Phil.
Thanks,
You're a
buddy.
champion, mate.
Thanks,
See you,
buddy.
mate.
Talk
Bye,
soon.
mate.
See you, bud.
Yeah.
See you, mate.
There you go.
Well, there you go, mate. He knows a bit about cricket.
He knows a little bit about it. Yeah.
Oh, Philly.
Yeah, he was a good cricketer.
Philly Vanilli.
He was a good cricketer.
He was a good cricketer, was he?
Good cricketer, yeah.
he's a
could
good footballer too, wasn't he?
Good footballer.
I remember watching him play when I was a young fella.
Did you really?
Good footballer, good cricketer, and loves his sport.
Oh, yeah.
In general, he just loves his sport. That's what we like.
He's a
to
good
do,
fella.
mate.
He's a very good fella. All right, I'm going to rip through some of these really quickly so you guys can have a bit of talk about some horse racing. First of all, soccer.
Yes.
Jose.
Actually, Rick knows all of it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're a man.
I don't know all about it. But
Well, you know
I'm
some.
United supporter.
You know,
Man
this
United.
coach, Jose.
Now,
Mourinho.
I say it's Jose, but on the radio all week they've been calling him Jose. Are they just idiots?
No, it's Jose.
Obviously, because I call him Jose.
Yeah, it's Jose.
Yeah, it's Jose.
It's Jose.
Jose Marino.
Seems like
I don't know.
a
I don't think he does. I don't know if you've heard this today, but he's run up a whopping hotel bill. He spent 895 days in the plush Riverside suite, and his bill came to $1.4 million.
1.4.
$1 million.
What could he? There's a few props in there.
My word.
Right.
My word.
Guarantee it
So-
wasn't just VB or something like that, mate. He was drinking.
So basically,
Hell,
he's the worst. What is it? The worst results in 28 years or something for the team.
With Man United, yes.
Yeah,
So,
so-
I assume the clubs put him up at this hotel during his
Yeah,
stay there. So,
yeah.
Nice.
But I've also read today that he's got a £24 million payout to say goodbye. £24 million.
Do you reckon? I could. I wonder if he just gets drunk or that. We could just walk behind him or something, like, and pick up his
Right.
money for him afterwards.
Darts. Got me darts back on the frothy. The guy who won. Do you like darts?
I watch it from time to time.
Nice work. Nice work. James Wade. I spoke about him a couple of weeks ago. He won the European Championship. He won the big deal in darts. Not a fan. Don't like it, James.
No, you don't like him.
No, happy to sit here right now and say, James, if you're watching, don't like you, and proud of that. And if you were here, I wouldn't have a froth with you.
No.
Ooh,
Well, that's
that's
stinging.
big fight.
That's
That's
stinging.
I don't
a
like
bit
it. Don't like it.
nasty.
He,
Christmas time.
Can he
he,
play that?
not really.
No.
Oh, he's ninth in the world or something, I think. But
Is
he played a Japanese player,
Sergio?
Seiko Watch.
Sergio Rosado.
That's him.
Yeah, good set.
And aggressively started shouting into his face, "I want to hurt you. I want to hurt your face." On national TV, on a national
dartboard, isn't it?
darts What does that mean? I want to hurt your face. So the commentators are all saying, what does he want to punch him? What does he want to do?
Might want to be
Was he-
in the...
James Wade, you're an idiot.
Might want to go in with Conor McGregor or something like that.
Oh, jeez.
Was he attracted to him?
He was getting beaten, and the guy's a loser. He's just sorry. He doesn't live in Australia, so I don't care. He's English. Boxing, Paul Gallen. Everyone remember Paul Gallen? Yes.
Yes.
And we all remember John Hopewati. You remember
Oh yeah.
Hopewati?
Yeah, I do.
They're gonna have a fight on
Well,
the 8th of February.
Let's
so they're
make
getting
sure.
in the ring.
I've got Paul. Just keep your face to him, mate. Whatever you do. And,
Yes, don't bend over.
Don't. When you go back to the corner, walk backwards.
Quickly, surfing. Julian Wilson nearly won the Pipeline Masters, and nearly won the actual the World Championship. But he was beaten.
So we've got a new. Okay.
No, he's been around for a bit.
Been around for a while.
Yeah, but the Brazilian, what's his name? Gabriel. Sounds a bit of a girl's name.
Gabriel Medina.
Medina.
Funky little thing on Medina.
Ended up winning. That's his second time to win the world champion. It's now joins Kelly Slater, Mick Fanning, Andy Irons, Tom Curran, Damien Hardman, Mark Richmonds, Glenn Cleaver, Tom Carroll, and John Florence as multiple world champions. Did Glenn Cleaver come out then?
He was pretty good.
I've never seen him on a
Don't remember
surfboard, but anyway. That's all I've got.
Now, didn't we had a one of the other greats there? Didn't he? Was retiring too. Still in the week. We've got there Mick Fanning. Who's our other champion there? We've got
Kelly Slater? Was that
No,
one?
no,
Tom
no.
Carroll. Tom Carroll's gone.
no, yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
I think
You're just time wasting now. Get on your horses.
anyway, I wouldn't be surfing there. I'll tell you what, there's some big sharks out there.
Oh. Well, I was watching that night. My wife's in bed and I'm watching the surfing live, and I'm yelling out, "There's a shark! Shark! Ow! There's a shark!" And she's in bed asleep, you know, and yelling at me, "Would you shut up? Would you shut up?" And that was bloody exciting.
Oh, for you, maybe.
Not for him.
No.
Oh, jeez, it'll be scary.
I'm going to think about that guy that's just retired.
Yeah, it's the honey badger.
It's not the honey badger.
It's not.
I think, how's his love life going? Honey badger.
Honey badger, if you're out there, give him a call.
Apparently used to play rugby union.
Mm.
He doesn't do anymore.
We had a few wins last week, Glenn.
We had a few wins. Now we've got the proper guru on here.
The
for
horse
racing
guru,
tonight.
the horse whisperer, Rick.
Horse
So
whisperer.
we got
I'm.
So we got Billy King, the cricket guru, and then we got Rick.
We've got Rick
the horse
to,
whisperer.
yeah, well,
Nice.
Rick can sort of laugh at some of these bets that I come up with here, but look, we had some wins, viewers, there last week, so we'll just go over them. We had Chamois.
Chamois.
They've had a go at me. I don't know how many of the VBs I had last week.
Chamois.
But it was a bit like a chamois. Chamois.
You never know with
If
horse
in
names, do you? It could be
in
any
French, they
name.
would have said chamois.
Chamois.
Because we was talking French.
We were, yeah. You said something about yogurt.
Anyway, he won. And then...
How much did that pay, Glenn?
Oh, we didn't put much on it.
No, we don't. We bet irresponsible.
$20, nice.
No, nice. Gary.
So, but we were steady. We had plenty of bets though, and then we had my mate Bowman, the great Bowman. So we had Assassin at Randwick. He won. He paid $45, mate.
45.
Yeah, and then
Paid 45? Well, you won 45.
we won 45 on that one.
45.
And then I'll just keep it pretty
That's not
quiet.
bad.
you
That's
know,
not-
and
we,
then
only, we only do $5 bets.
and then, like I am when I'm on this show, deprived. And we got a win there with Deprive. So we had 3 wins at any rate, and out of our, probably had about 7, 8 bets.
If you saw the
But we
live,
ended up in
if
front.
you saw the live show last week, we did another live show after where we were just checking the sound and different things, and we'd had a couple of.
Put it this way, we backed
Glenn said-
everything that I
he's
said
sitting there,
last
he
week.
backed
we
every
backed it.
single
We
one of
backed
them.
every one of them.
I said, "How you going over there, Glenn?" I said, "I've just spent $200."
Yeah. Well, anyway.
Well,
anyway,
is that
we
where
were
we're
up. No, that was last week. Anyway, so anyway,
what's our balance?
so we're up nearly $300. So we moved up.
We started with 100.
We've moved up, so we're in front, viewers. So,
16 weeks.
so
we've
the
gone
idea is
$100
not
to
to be
$300.
punting. We don't punt a lot, but we're just slowly but surely we're just moving up the ladder. We
Mm.
don't want to go the other way. We want to keep going up.
Mm.
Any rate, this week a little bit harder. So there's main meets, I suppose. Obviously Flemington, Warwick Farm, Eagle Farm, and Muppetville.
You jump in at any time if you think he's wrong, all right?
So I'm going to give I'm going to give some tips here, and I don't know if Rick's even looked at them, but he might have some ideas. But I know I don't mention. I love it. I love this because I love this first bet, viewers, because it's at Flemington Race 2. Horse 5.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let me.
Might as well put it up.
Let me introduce it.
Hawk Shot.
My goodness.
Hawk Shot.
Goodness gracious.
It's my bet of the. Got to win. $5. $5 on the nose there.
Hey, is he a lifetime member? Everyone else is, you know what I'm saying?
Anyway, he'll win. Darren Weir horse. So he's going well, Darren Weir, especially in Melbourne. We've backed this horse a few times, mate. Race 3, horse 3. I don't know, I'll have to go with this, but Miss Wahoo. Bet about the $4 mark.
Wahoo.
$4.20.
Excuse me.
Don't have to do that as a fixed. May have to wait till Saturday morning to have a look at that to see how they're going there. But obviously too. So anyway, this is still Melbourne. Race 7, horse 4, Haunted. That's another one that we've won on previously. We're gonna. I think we'll go with that one. I think he's paying around about the 480 mark.
That's your tip.
Haunted.
That's the clear tip.
And closely followed in that race by Mr. Moneybags. Pity we couldn't have a quarry or something in that. But anyway,
I'm sure you will after
so they're paying 480. I think Haunted and 650. Roughly was Moneybags. Mr. Moneybags.
Mr. Moneybags.
That might be Mr. Moneybags, that guy that you was talking about from the soccer.
His team.
Yeah, oh, jeez, Mr. Moneybags.
£24 million.
Anyway, out at the farm, that's Warwick.
Crazy.
Check conditions there. They've had hail over there about the size of footballs.
Is that Sydney?
In Sydney?
Yeah.
So I don't know. What do you reckon the track will be over there, Rick? It's going to be pretty heavy still.
Well,
You reckon
it'll be an ice skating rink.
Without knowing the weather in Sydney, it could come up all right with a day.
Could
like
come up.
today.
So we're probably thinking a soft. It's either going to be a soft 5 or I reckon could be looking at a 6.
Yeah, Mr. Whitby will be there with his soft serves.
Anyway, so I like there race 4, horse 3, Top Prospect.
Yes.
480, and in race 5, horse 9. My good wife over there's just had an operation on her ears. Just had some grommets put in.
Hey, Wallace.
So we're going to back horse 9 Deft. So that's paying about $7. Not a bad horse. We backed this one last time with not great success, but come on, this horse has come down. Queensland horse. I think it'll do all right this time. So what's that one? Out at the other farm, Eagle Farm.
Big.
Race 4, horse 10, maybe Markle.
That's Megan.
It is. That's why I went there.
Megan Markle.
Yeah, exactly. 440. So I like that one. And at Muppetville.
Hey.
Rick's come in tonight, and I always, I'm still looking for my advertising there, Carlton United Brewery, but on the VB and whatnot. But Rick's on to the
Pale Ale.
Just show the viewers there, mate. Pale Ale.
Pale Ale.
Because that is exactly what we're backing. Race 6, horse 6, Pale Ale at $4 at Muppetville.
Muppetville.
That's it. Did you have anything there, mate? Did you have any tips there for anyone? Anything that you liked at the?
Well, no, I didn't. I actually didn't know that you.
No.
Set me up, so I left all my form analysis at home.
That's all right. We've thrown you deep in
doesn't
here.
matter.
Yeah.
Rick might get a phone call on that tomorrow because he'll probably be looking at them then, and I reckon his tips may be better than mine. But that's what we're going with, viewers. Anyway, that's the horse racing, mate. So we're still in front.
Yeah, we're doing well.
Yeah,
we're doing well.
So we'll just keep that going and that after the new year, and you never know.
Well, that's all we've got time for, guys. We're done. That's an hour tonight.
Now,
an hour. It's 7 o'clock. It's time for the BBL, the cricket.
Oh well, we'll just sit back and that. So all you viewers and that, just ring the bell, mate. Ho ho ho, and all that sort of stuff.
Ring
subscribe, and
yeah.
You want to be, have a great time watching this show.
I hope everyone's enjoyed yourself tonight and enjoyed. Rick, thanks for coming along, mate.
Yeah, thanks, Rick.
And
Thanks
sitting
for
in.
coming in. Thanks for the,
threw him in the deep end. Basically, we went out last night for a Christmas party and said, "Hey, come and sit in. Come and sit in."
Well, we like,
no harm done.
We're going to sit down and we've all worked hard and yeah, we're going to have a few frothies.
We are. Hope everyone out there has a fantastic Christmas.
Make sure you go and get an Uber home or something like that.
Gamble
Drink and
irresponsibly.
drive. Yeah, gamble irresponsibly.
Yeah, we don't do what others
But
do.
make sure you everyone's safe.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next week.
No driving.
No driving. Cheers.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, guys. Good night. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, she's got to be in there last. There you go.